The International Human Rights Art Festival has been a series of performances in New York City highlighting performance artists from around the world who live in New York that are talking about social and political issues with the most courageous voices. And we work in all media. This is our 7th full festival, which are week-long, and now we're beginning to expand to weekend festivals around New York City, and hopefully next year we will be taking this project to Nairobi and other countries.
This road is kind of memory lane. I'd be like, can I go to so-and-so's house? My parents would be like, we have to drive all the way up there. These words are disappearing under the Trump administration. And it was a list that the New York Times authors, researchers had found had been consistently deleted across government websites. They compiled the list and circulated it, and it sort of colloquially became known as like a banned words list. Health disparity, identity, health, immigrants, implicit bias, minority, implicit biases. Historically.
What do we do when words are gone? And movement feels like a powerful tool to react to something without words. These words being erased, though, are not just words, but they're communities of people. And so it's not just, language being silenced if you can't use those words, but it's those communities.
There's the moment at the end where Laura's putting the words really preciously and I'm going nuts, and then I look at the audience and I say, come help me. And the look of like absolute terror on their faces for a moment, but then someone takes the leap and then someone else is brave, and next thing you know, they're all on stage and they're helping us. And that's a somatic exercise that my hope is they can take elsewhere. I'm terrified, I don't know what to do, but I know this person is asking for my help or needs help. See them push through that, and then we're all on stage together for a minute, and then we thank them and they leave, and then we have this moment of connection.
Giving artists who are so passionate about social change a platform and a place where they come and they very much feel not only are they supported, but they're among kindred spirits. They really feel that they're joining a community, and then in addition, we connect to an international community through the other aspects of the international human rights art movement. So we're really building a community of the spirit through this work.
My engagement with theatre really began in Lagos, Nigeria, where I studied theatre, and it made me realize that performance wasn't just, or like theatre wasn't just mere performance. Like it could be a space for dialogue, social dialogue. It could be a vessel for history and a communal ritual as well. So bringing people together, which is really important in times like this.
Now I am in school. A thing brought me to school. I feel happy. One day I will write a story. I will write a book about how I was blind and then I see. About how I was a bird that can now fly. That's
I think dance retains its ability to connect to the audience, and it's more about just sharing your ideas. Dance is a fantastic medium because you can speak without words. I mean, I hope that the audience today doesn't need to understand what the lyrics are saying to understand what's really underneath that art. And I'm very grateful to be an artist and a dancer, to be able to speak to more people about things that I feel passionately about.
Educating people to see the other as the same as you. And so art can do that. As we present such a diverse collection, you might come in and think people from Tajikistan are completely different than you, and then you can see a dance by a troupe from Tajikistan and it can feel a very direct connection with them. So I think it's really getting people to open their hearts and understand, again, this mystical sense of unity and equality and worth in all humans. And I think that would ultimately lead to more change, positive change.
My piece was born out of frustration and an interest in the ability to fight. Fighting is incredibly juxtaposed. It's the fight for love, it's a fight for compassion, it's also a fight for violence and aggression and power. But those things are under the same umbrella in the same family, and that's what I was really interested in. I've always been inspired by what's happening in the current moment. I feel like that's what's most important to talk about. Miraculously, I stumbled upon this festival, and it was a new and exciting venture for me in this piece. It's found its home here, and I'm very grateful and I'm very proud of what we all have to share.
I was born and raised in Buenos Aires, Argentina, and at the age of 23 I moved to LA, and I met a lot of different people with stories related to immigration and all the different variations of what that looks like. Growing up in Argentina feels warm, feels relatable, feels close to people, to friends, to family. Buenos Aires specifically is also a hub for immigrants from South America and Central America, so I was always exposed to that. I don't think your heart is defined by your place of birth. It is defined by what you want your life to look like. I do have two brothers, and I feel like my relationship with them is part of what inspired this piece a little bit, and it's been 11 years now since I'm here, growing apart and in different cultures. Maybe the part in my life that makes me feel more out of place, especially when I see them again. So I think that was the inspiration for these two brothers who that one night explode in the differences that they have.
We played separately on each side of that wall, in our own worlds. And it always stayed like that, even now.
We like it or not, we live in the same world. I mean,
we don't. We never will.
Should I just dump it out, or?
no.
Oh. So.
It's actually sickening.
Yeah.
Finding the earth, which is this huge force that pulls you, roots you down into the ground. That awareness is a huge part of contact improv. There are moments where we try to take on the quality of water or wind, and then our idea was if we humans are benefiting from this dance form that borrows qualities of nature, what happens if we pollute that in the same way that we pollute the actual earth with plastic.
My plastic shame has not changed my habits. I would love to hide this from you all. I want to be a scientist. I want to consolidate my fear into a plastic bottle. If I can't get rid of it, I'll pack it into a smaller space, but as I pack it down, I can almost feel the plastic spoon in my head. My body cannot hold all of these images at once. I don't know where to pack them anymore. I don't know how to dance them. Final hypothesis, you cannot undance plastic.
As an artist, I'm really interested in interacting with material. I also have a really existential fear of climate change. The way that I confront that is by dancing with the devil, I guess, in a way.
Having 55 different performances, it's so great. You have an occasion to see and hear different voices and listen to different stories, different needs, and you understand how much we still need to learn about each other. And that's the thing that appeals me the most. At the end of the night, I'm like, damn, there is so much more we can listen to, and there's so many stories we need to develop and sew all together.